What's your priority now? I mean, you've had this roller coaster year. What are your priorities?
This job is for professionals.
COVID has taught me for too long, but and so that's what we want to do. And so you say, well, what's the agenda now? The agenda is what it was when I stood on the steps of Downing Street a year ago. But we want to go further and we want to go faster.
So, Prime Minister, it's been quite the year.
I think we will bounce back really much stronger than ever before. And so there's one thing that we're going to be focusing on, particularly in the bounce back agenda, and that is this country has moved too slowly sometimes. And so we need to go faster. And when we look at some of the obstacles and problems that we have as a government, we need sometimes government, that's me, to be willing really to push and to move things along fast. If we're going to have any hope of delivering the infrastructure that we need, delivering gigabit broadband to every home in the country in the way that we need, then we're going to need to move fast. That's why we've set up Project Speed. That's why I want to see us doubling down now, uniting and levelling up. Thank you. I mean, the priorities exactly. The priorities are exactly what they always have been, except more so. We're doubling down. So I'm very proud of the things that we are doing. We are delivering the 40 new hospitals, and there will be spades in the ground by 2024. And psychologically, it's been an extraordinary time, and so on.
And many things were achieved, but what you're saying today now is
You ought to build some facilities.
That wasn't clear to us or to anybody. But I have to tell you now, actually, the environment or making sure that we protected
and many
the
things
NHS.
were achieved. Now is the time to be honest about what went wrong.
Yes, the country has been going through a very, very tough time. COVID has taught us, but I also know that this is a nation of incredible natural resilience and fortitude and imagination.
But people also want to know what happened, though. But Prime Minister,
you're talking about this as though it's in the past. In the past.
But people want to know what happened, because hindsight isn't just a wonderful thing, it's also just a useful thing. And people want to know what happened. Do you take it seriously enough at the start? So on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th of March, you were shaking hands
when his heart rips in half.
And already the government's advice was advising people not to do that. Did you personally take it seriously enough?
I'm shaking hands because I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands. I think the scientific evidence is I'll hand over to the experts, but our judgment is wash. Washing your hands is the crucial thing.
Did you personally take it seriously?
Yes. Before you shake hands, obviously.
Did you personally take it seriously enough?
Well, that's not what the government's advice was at the time, but let's be absolutely clear.
Well, it was on the 3rd of March. Sage said the government should advise against greetings such as shaking hands.
Well, that was not the advice that was given to ministers at the time.
Drips down my tie.
It's true that there were differences of opinion, and there were plenty of people who were not aware in the early stages that it was being transmitted asymptomatically, as I said.
I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody.
You've admitted we didn't know how much the disease is already transmitted.
Again, Laura, you're trying to sort of, if I may say so, you're trying to run a kind of inquiry into what happened in the past. When I think when you listen to the scientists, the questions that you have just asked are actually very open questions as far as they are concerned. It's very important, Laura, a massive programme.
But Prime Minister,
stockpiling symptoms.
And it is, of course, very important to be prepared for the next wave. But you said you didn't need to ban public gatherings, and then you did.
No.
The government said we didn't need to wear face masks, and now we do. Didn't pursue community testing, and now you say that's vital. Isn't this a story of delay?
No.
Prime Minister, thank you very much.
Patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands.
And I take full responsibility for everything